Hi mate.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah. Now that we've got Fagan Walcott permanently, is there any progression in signing David Adjaboy permanently?
Yeah, obviously we've got a couple of very talented players. Luca Thomas I like a lot, who's only 21, and David, real talented, excited winger. So yeah, he's a bit different. Got a contract at Peterborough that runs out in the summer. So yeah, there's no talks at the moment, but you know, he's definitely a player that we really like a lot.
With the January transfer window coming up, how confident are you that we can keep hold of some of our key players?
Very confident. I think they all seem very happy, you know, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. You know, they're happy, they're enjoying where they are, they're playing good football, and yeah, really confident that we're not a selling club that wants to get rid of our top players. We want to progress, and like we've proved with Malachi, we want to improve to the squad where we can and keep on improving and getting better. Thank you, mate. Hiya, mate. You okay?
Hi, you.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Are you confident that we'll most likely get automatic promotion this season?
Don't know about that one. Never confident, always, yeah, very guarded against complacency. There's 5 or 6 very, very good teams that have been trying to do it for a long time to get out of this division. So, yeah, I'm confident. I think we've got such a good amount of talent in the group, but with that one spot being available, you know, it's to say I'm confident would not be the case, but at the same time, I've got full belief in the players as well. I'm confident that we'll be up there challenging, that's for sure.
Do you think that the supporters play a key part, especially if we're playing at home in a way, like to build?
Yeah, I think supporters are massive. I think there's no coincidence that if there's, I haven't done this stat yet, but I like to know the stats of the goals that we score in front of the South Stand. You know, and that can't be coincidence. It must be, I would guess 60-70% of our goals are down the South Stand because the supporters are there and they're cheering us on, and they do give you an extra yard when you're a player, when you've got that kind of support behind you, and it does give you a lift, that's definitely for sure. And yeah, like I say, we want to only get bigger and better crowds here, and we want players that really embrace and enjoy playing in front of big crowds, because as a footballer there's nothing better than playing in front of a big crowd. That's what we all want to experience.
And finally, what do you think has changed from last season to this season?
That's a good question. I don't know, I think we've got players in now that maybe understand the style of play that we want to play. And I think that's a big part. Obviously, we've changed the style a little bit from last year, and having players that understand what's expected really helps with that. And we've, in my opinion, got some really good people, good characters in the change room now. You know, in terms of, we've brought the age down a little bit on 1 or 2 as well, and I think we've got good balance of ages as well. So all of that coming together has really helped, in my opinion. Hi, mate. You okay?
Yes, thanks.
You're good.
Which manager, if any, do you aspire to be like?
Oh, Brian, that is a good question. I'm struggling enough for young English managers, isn't I, at the moment? So yeah. Anyhow, and all. I think I just like a certain style of football. Obviously, I think you know, Pep Guardiola coming over and playing the football that he's played and be so successful with it really helps. De Zerbi was massive. I really studied what he'd done at Brighton a lot last year, and obviously they've got a very young manager now as well. So yeah, I'm going to go to the Brighton Villa game tonight and watch both managers that I really like, and then with that, I admire Matt Bloomfield for the job he's done, and so very vague here. But I don't think there's any one particular manager. I think it would have been obviously Pep until he started to become rubbish and losing those games. I think Pep Guardiola is the main one. I'm definitely miles away from being anything like him, but admire him because I think he plays a great style, and ultimately he wins games with it as well. So him and De Zerbi, I think, are the main two.
And then, who was your favourite player when you were younger?
Oh, favourite player. I think when I was like quite a small defender. So there was a player that played for Italy called Cannavaro. He was a very small defender, and for me, he won the World Cup on his own as a centre-back captain, led by example. Was always sort of switched on as a defender, which I think you've got to be if you're a bit smaller. So he was a massive player that I really admired watching. Like anyone, as a youngster, you'd like all the people that score the goals, and then as I got older and I started as a striker, I moved my way back to defence. I started taking more interest in the players that played my position. So liked Marcel Desailly and Fabio Cannavaro. I think they're the two that I really liked. And then you had sort of like Vidic and Ferdinand together. And yeah, now you've got Callum Howell, Malachi, Fagan Walcott to look up to as centre-backs.
Thank you.
No problem. What position do you play?
Wing.
Wing. Oh, okay. Who would be your player that you sort of look up to these days? Sinclair, yeah? Oh, nice one. Yeah. And I think we've brought in some talented wingers this year. It's one area definitely I thought in the summer that we wanted to improve on, and with Ash, Ty, Dippo, and now David, Billy Chabot can play there. I think we've got some real good options in the wide area. So got a lot of players to look up to there in those positions.